Focarinos. Thank you for tuning in to the beginning of a 10-minute qualifying session. Group GLR are the racers joining together on track this evening. Some very fast cars indeed. This is going to be a pleasure to watch. So we're just going to watch this qualifying session unfold. I'm just going to quickly just sort out my YouTube, so I might be quiet for a little bit, but I will be back. Now, GLR Group is a community that anyone could join, providing you are not a D-head, shall we say. Absolutely awesome community if you're looking to get involved in races that are point-based. Get yourself into a friendly community from all over the world. This group is absolutely for that. So I do recommend, if you are looking to join any groups, then GLR is absolutely a group to go for. They also run Assetto Corsa, Competizione races, which I compete in myself now. I used to play Gran Turismo Sport, but now I am an Assetto Corsa Competizione fan. Jump on board with Interpol. I'm going to jump on board with Mikey, and as the race starts, the proper commentating will begin. Mikey show. Let's jump on board now. See what there is to offer. Mikey running over the start finish now. Quickly send this to my Discord. Alrighty. Myself for the long haul. We'll see how the rest of this race progresses. I'm just wondering whether I can check. Yeah, we can. We've got live timing, so we've got Enra with the fastest lap so far, followed by Seal, followed by Mikey, and into Paul, running in my favourite position. Qualifying times coming in. Struggling to actually see that on my screen actually. But as the race progresses, we will most certainly see the grid position coming up to the race here. And we're taking an awesome line here. I think that BMW looks incredible. Not exactly sure how much the Group X cars have. You can see it there, just fighting to stabilize all that power. Pretty decent. A little bit of squirmage on the entrance to that corner, which means he is pushing that car. Exited it very nicely. Looked like he's maximizing track widths. So it looks like Enra is probably going to maximize again on his lap time. So we'll just stay on board with Enra until he completes this lap, and then we'll jump on board with some of the other drivers competing in this race. Oh, I could just do with a pack of gummy bears. awesome design work. I mean, look how wide that is. And here we are coming at the start finish. Is that the end of the qualifying session? Yes, it is. So as I was following Enra there, that was also the last and remaining lap of this qualifying session, which puts us in to the beginning of the race. I am not sure on the positioning as of yet, and I'm not going to have a look at the timings because we're just going to wait and see. In fact, we probably should look at the timings. See exactly what people are running. 2.7. So Seal and Enra running extremely close there. Oh, and Inter. So Inter, Seal and Enra are less than 2/10 apart for the three drivers there. Mikey did say that it's a little bit of a difficult track for him to learn, and that is usually the case. Being able to maximize what you are doing on all of these different tracks. But regardless, here we go. We are now on the start finish. Okay, and as we enter the first corner, we have Enra taking the lead. We'll jump aboard now with second place, who is GLR Mikey. Absolutely awesome driving with him on a Assetto Corsa recently. Used to be a big fan of GT Sport myself, and still am. I think the graphics are incredible. So as we're hearing the thunderous roar of these BMW Group X cars light up the streets of France. Not much positionings have changed, so we are now going to jump on to P3. We've got Seal bringing up the rear. Absolutely awesome GLR inspired livery there. And Enra again leading the front, so we're just going to jump on board with Enra. We're going to have a little look behind. Mikey is on the inside line. And Inter smelling blood from P1 and P2. Player 4 looks like he's just beginning to maybe drop out of the toe. Mikey now with a move there on the inside line. Was just looking in the rear of Inter's car, and we go side by side now as the two BMWs are hard on the brakes into this left-hander. Oh! Seal now with a run. On Enra, who just touched the side of one of the corners there, Barry R, which has he's now lost 2 positions which has surprised me with regards to him running I believe it was the fastest lap time in qualifying. We're just going to take a quick look behind, don't want to miss anything, long straight. So Seal there, I don't know whether he's in the 750 millisecond, probably not, as Inter had nowhere to go there. These are long straights and very powerful cars with a lot of revs to go, even in the higher spectrum, which means that you can constantly pull the car in. And now we have Inter doing the same to Enra. Enra is going to be wanting to push back as much time as he can. Whether Enra and Inter are going to be working together, which they should be doing, to catch up on P1, which is a funny turn of events because Mikey had the slowest time and is now in the lead. So Seal now running up the rear. Is going to be wanting to do the best he can to get back in their slipstream. It looks like he might just be in their slipstream. Inter and Enra now side by side, and now Inter's just touched that barrier, which means he's going to lose that run, which means that Seal is going to have a little bit of a run, but it's not going to be enough to get in that slipstream range. I'm going to jump on board now with Mikey. He's doing a cracking job. A couple of barrier hits from P2 and P3, which has caused them to gap between P1 and P2. It looked like they was catching up there, but that is just the usual braking effect. Looks like they're catching up until they send themselves back out of that corner. And we'll jump on board with Enra. Seal now doing a really good job in all fairness. Look at the beautiful scenery here in France. I believe it's France. Apologise if it isn't. But regardless, it's France today. We're going to have a little look at the matey boys who have spent their hard-earned tax dollars on some yachts. And I would say now that this is probably getting into the flow of things now, all of the drivers. Seal's still not really in range. Inter is absolutely in slipstream range, so it's just going to be a case of getting a good run out on a corner, tucking in with that slipstream, and he will absolutely be on the inside of Enra's car. Enra's BMW. Wide body Group X beast. Rocking the Red Bull livery there, Enra. And it must be said, Inter has a beautiful Guinness inspired livery there. Alrighty, so we're just going to have a little jump on board with Mikey, who's absolutely dominating this race so far, which, given the qualifying times and practice times, has surprised me somewhat. But he is managing, not that he doesn't have it in him, but he absolutely does. But he's managed to gain first position and gap first position, and he's well and truly out of slipstream range, so he's in a good position. He just wants to be running the best race he can, pushing the car, but you know, not pushing it 100% because it's just, you're on the limit. He doesn't really need to be on the limit right now. See in the background there, Enra and Inter still battering it out, and Seal bringing up the rear there. He's absolutely well within reach of a podium position here. Guinness. Rocking the Guinness livery. Look at that. Beautiful. Hashtag GLR Instagram. So like I mentioned before, GLR, you can join on Discord, you can watch us on YouTube, you can interact with us that way, and join our races on GT Sport and Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa, oh, so it looks like Inter has gone into the pits, and by looking like he has, Mikey is still in first position, but that does mean that Enra is out the danger zone, shall we say, but that also means that Inter has now lost slipstream advantages, which are tyre wear and, of course, speed and fuel. To a degree, Inter Paul. Does that say oops? It does say oops. Does that mean he was not meant to go in the pits? Well, regardless, he has. It looked intentional. Not sure whether it was too early, but regardless, we have Seal here, who looks like he may be just within slipstream range. So we're going to just jump on board now. It looks like he might be just on the outskirts now. Both drivers very wide entering that corner after that long straight, which is very easy to do. And Mikey now, again, running an absolutely solid race. He's got his head down, and he's improved on his lap times. He's learned what he needed to in practice and qualifying, and it's paid off. Oh, a little bit on the grass there, and now Mikey in the pits. So we're just going to jump on board with Enra, who's staying out, and Seal is staying out. So we're just going to jump back on board with Mikey now as we watch the BMW boys do what they do best and get paid for it. Assuming they're fueling the car up. I'm not sure what compound of tyre they're using. Assume they'll be racing soft and mediums, one of each. And as we wait for Mikey to exit the pits, do we see Inter? No, we don't. He's gone back in the pits. Oh dear, the oops must have meant that he put the wrong compound on. Which is an oops, because that has lost him the position from wherever Mikey is to Inter. Regardless, we're going to jump up with P1 and P2, and we've definitely got some advances here. So here we're starting to see Seal rocking the Guinness logo, camouflaged logo, and he is well and truly in range of Enra's slipstream. He's gone for have a little look there. He's saying, I'm here and I'm going to make my move soon. So as we continue to follow these drivers through the left, a very long, fast sweeping left, and we're going to be hard on the brakes into a very sharp right. Enra very, very quick on the steering there. Notice with Seal is his steering is probably the most smoothest of all of the GLR opportunity. And both drivers into the pits now. So as we jump on board with Mikey, as the car was looking to stabilize itself. Still no Inter in the background as he enters this corner. A little bit wide there, very easy to do with so much power, but you've got to be careful if you want that fastest run out. And it looks like, as he passes, yep, there we go, we just saw the, how interesting. So we've just seen Seal and Enra exit the pits. Mikey has still in first position, which means at the minute Seal now taking position of Enra. Does that just happen on those corners? Enra now looking to make a little bit of a move, and I think he's actually just given Seal a bit of a boost. Both drivers a little bit squiggly as we enter that corner, although it does look like there was a little bit of lag from our end on Seal's car. So I don't know that that was necessarily the car squirming for grip, but just the lag. Looks like he is lining the corners up now, Enra, to catch up as best he can, get a good slingshot out of a corner. But if he can maximise as much slipstream time as he can, there's that much power in these vehicles that realistically he should be able to catch up. But again, that increases a totally different line, a totally different braking point, turning point, everything changes. Whether we just saw that there, I'm not sure, but we just saw Enra go a little bit sideways there. He was tucked into Seal's slipstream. Had to get on the brakes a little bit heavier, maybe that's why he went sideways, and now he's lost maybe a 1/10.5 to Seal, which means Seal now doing what he does best, hunkering down, and he's gone from last, third to second, and now he is catching first place up. I'm not going to be surprised if he very quickly gets into slipstream range and drags Mikey in. It looks like you can smell blood here. Both drivers running cracking races. But Seal, perhaps with a little bit more track knowledge, may have the potential to just drag Mikey, and it looks like he's just out of range of slipstream range, which means it might not be long until we see Seal reel Mikey in. Mikey rocking the beautiful BMW logos livery. All three cars heavy on the brakes as they enter this left-hand corner. Seal always smooth, but looking like he's pushing just that extra bit more now. He wants that first place. He's got that podium, but he wants that first place on the podium, and Enra is absolutely not giving up at all. These drivers look like they are distanced equally. This is going to end up being a very interesting race and ending. I can't actually see on my screen exactly how many laps are left right now, but regardless, we're going to continue on as we enter the first corner after the first start-finish straight. And these cars are so fast that the suspension and the tyres are put under so much pressure. You have to drive them a little bit differently than you would perhaps a GT3 car. Hold on. So Seal has took that position there on Mikey. I did not see that unfold, but now Enra also smelling blood there on Mikey, and Mikey has lost 2 positions within around half a lap there. I'm not sure what happened with regards to Seal taking that position, but judging by the distance between Seal and Enra, I believe Mikey may have made a mistake. Enra again smelling blood there and has taken that position, so Mikey is going to want to hunker down. I don't believe he was first to go in the pits, but he's going to want to hunker down, keeping that slipstream, work his way back up. And both Mikey and Enra can work together to put Seal under pressure here as we enter the final few laps of this GLR GT Sport race with the active community members. So we're going to jump on board Seal. See exactly how Seal drives a car. Enra now. Yes, he's got that position. How interesting. So Enra has taken that position back on Seal, and now Mikey well within that slipstream, such a long straight into another long straight, and oh, look at this. Oh, Mikey there's just clipped the barrier, no! Oh, he's going to be kicking himself there. He's not too far behind, but whether Seal and Enra are going to make enough mistakes for him to get back in that slipstream, I'm just not sure. Especially with Seal being in slipstream range of Enra, that means he's going to continue to pull away from Mikey. Oh, that is brutal there for Mikey there, bless him. But you can see the cars in the distance. And we'll come back and we'll give Mr. Interpol some love. I think 10 out of 10 for the GLR livery. Look how low these cars are. Interpol there, crossing the start finish, hurling into the first corner. Running awesome lines. Can't fault his driving at all. Definitely a competitor. Just, I think, an unfortunate start there as he put the wrong compound of tyres on. I may be wrong, but I'm assuming that's what the oops It's referencing. So we'll jump back aboard with Mikey now. Can we see the cars in front? Very interesting events unfolding here between Seal and Enra. They keep pulling each other in, so whoever's in front really has a disadvantage because the driver behind can basically pick and choose, as their driving skills are very similar in overall ability. They may differ in... Oh, Mikey there in the background, pushing as hard as he can, bless him. Yeah, you know, Seal and Enra are clearly running probably not even tenths of lap time differences, so, you know, slipstream, especially on a track like this, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you would gain at least the full 750 milliseconds that you gain from slipstream. We've got some long straights here to capitalise on. Oh, Seal's gone in for the lunge there, and he has made contact, I believe, with Enra. Enra did flash Seal there to say, "Oi, I want that position back," but Seal, being the gentleman he is, would and did. Definitely wasn't an intentional knock there. But regardless, we carry on. Position is given back. He was there to make the move. I suppose this is where I need to start talking about Assetto Corsa, because this is where this game, Gran Turismo Sport, the penalty system, how close you are to the other car, it just is not the same as Assetto Corsa. If you play Assetto Corsa, it very quickly tells you where the car is, and if you knock that car, it is like an almighty knock to the head with a couple of pans. You know about it. It's not just a knock, it damages your car, it's a really horrible sound. It makes you feel as uncomfortable as it probably should. Now, when you're playing this game, tiny little knocks and little bumps and that kind of thing, what I'm trying to say is, Seal, when we'll have to look back at that, maybe save this video and have a little look back at the replay there, but if Seal had that inside line, it doesn't tell you, and there's just not the same genuine, realistic fear that Assetto Corsa gives you. If someone is next to you, you do everything you can to stay away. But regardless, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I do know that Seal is a very gentleman-like driver, and he's having another little look here. looks like we're a little bit of Gran Turismo Sport Wreckfest edition there. I'm sure that was totally unintentional. No, again, I don't know what happened there. Whether he broke early, whether he was just too much slipstream, but it looks as though Simular's caught a few tenths back up. It's a very interesting turn of events, but that does mean that Mike has had a chance or two to capitalise. So providing he hasn't had any more mistakes, he's going to be catching up to P1 and 2. Can't see the cars at the start finish straight. And as we get even closer to the remaining laps here of this GLR G.X race, Seal looks like he is firmly within slipstream range, perhaps just out. We will jump on board. Yeah, he's just out of slipstream range. Which is an issue, because you can't pull in, you can't make any time. So obviously that magic 750 millisecond is what we're looking for here. I can tell you now that that isn't 750, that's just out of the range. Hitting the apex there on the entrance to that corner, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there on the previous lap. Because he absolutely nailed it there. Whether that was because he messed the last one up, I don't know. But regardless, we continue on as we chase down that slipstream range. And we have Enra now running an absolutely awesome race. I believe it was the fastest lap time. A couple of mistakes, a couple of wall runs. Couple of hits, couple of knocks, couple of bangs, couple of oohs, couple of ahs, and he brings it over the start finish line for first place there. And Mikey now, we're bringing in third place. He was in first place for a while there. A couple of unfortunate events and a very unfortunate run for this guy with my favourite livery here. That is 11 out of 10 for commitment. Someone give that guy a cookie. And there you have it. The Euro man-hour race with Enra Vale 24. Bringing home the bacon. And there we have it. That was that was some lols. Yeah, that was oh, look at that. Look, just listen to that. I mean, that's just beautiful. So I believe that is the end. I'm just going to hover over this for just a moment now. To see whether they go into a second race. I'm not exactly sure whether they do, but seriously, 11 out of 10 for livery design here. Could do the GLR though. and save it. Not exactly sure why Mr. Paul's car's there, but it does look absolutely beautiful. As we end the stream here for GT Sports GLR Racers Mad Hour event. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate. Don't be fooled for people that are unaware of the group with the 4 drivers. Obviously this is just something that we've put together. We have different events, different groups, different races, different seasons, so there's something for everyone. If you're looking to, you know, get on a full grid and compete, we have that to offer as well. It's literally a case of just joining, getting involved, and pick and choosing what it is that you want to get involved with. I do also have my own lobby, TMK Racing 444, on Assetto Corsa Competizione. I don't touch Gran Turismo Sport anymore. It's just, I can't describe it in any other way than a sim slash arcade game. It's beautiful, it's a lot of fun, but Assetto Corsa, especially with GT3, genuine GT3, and the British DLC pack, I can't get enough. So but there's going to be more of that later. My next video is actually going to be about Assetto Corsa Competizione review, so that will be a next upload for me. Let you guys know exactly what TMK Racing is going to do with regards to the lobby and what we will be doing with GLR. So I believe that's the end. If they're going to do another race, I will restart, but I don't think they will. So this is me, your boy TMK, signing out. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Ciao, ciao.